All right, we should be live, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get my chat here, and I will do some introductions real quick. That's not a good way to start off, not being able to talk. All right, Chappie first in, followed by Lol. What? Oh no! I know you're gonna have an echo. I muted that 3 times, but okay, there we go. Starting over. Chappie Law, What, and Don Gallagher in the first three, followed by Griffin Fishroom, Sherry Kramer, Plague God Vicious, 54 Punchy Pam. I hope you get to feeling better if you're still listening. Faith 01, William Pridemore, Law, What again, my co host and good buddy Chattanooga Ed. Let's see, Chewy LTD, hello and welcome, brother. Sherry Kramer again, hello. Precious Tranquility, Aquarium is maintained by Andy. Sandy Dowdy. See, Sand Creek Aquatics. It just jumped on me again. There we go. Scott's Aquatics, formerly Scotty G66. 44 Mag Guy Fish and More. Timeout. Yes, sir. Got your mic muted. There we go.
Wait. My mic's been muted the whole time, but I hear an echo.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got everything silent on my end, so I'm not sure what's going on.
But I hear an echo.
Yeah, so I've got the only thing that's got it going is the YouTube page. It's muted. I'm not sure why it's getting an echo.
Okay, I'm unmuted. I started the thing muted, but
gotcha.
That was pretty rough.
And I knew we were going to get a echo because when I closed it and opened it back up and we were trying to get everything situated, apparently it unmuted my YouTube. But I clicked it, of course, with the delay. I knew that was going to be an issue. So I'm sure I'll see some echoes here in the chat. We should be good to go at this point. I don't have anything echoing anymore. And I don't hear it echoing through you back to me.
Yeah, I turned my mute off so you can. Oh, well, now they're saying, yeah, well, but we got a delay here.
Yeah, we'll give it a minute. By the time I get to the bottom, if we still have an echo, we'll take a look at it. Deborah Sanders, all of the big Oscars from Multi-Tank Addiction. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Dan and Ken Aquatics. Recon 338 is in the building. And it jumped. Get back up here. Penoxky Tank, hello. Sickles Aquarium Keeper, welcome again to the show. Nevea, glad to have you here. BCFR Aquatics with the hashtag Big Oscar. And I'm almost to the bottom. Frank White, hello. Good morning to you. The Pond Life has joined us as well. Oh, we're getting there. I think I might have made it to the bottom. All right, so I think we're good on the echo. Apologies, I know there was some echo in there. Chris Multi-Tank Addiction is just here to harass me. You're perfectly welcome to do that. Not a problem. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Hey, just Shrimp and Granny. Lurk away. That's what we are here for. And John Larson, sorry I missed you before. The Zen Ginger has also joined us, followed by Pebbling Creek Aquatics. Thank you all for coming in tonight. Glad to have you here. I appreciate you showing up. I guess to start out, Ed, do you have any videos planned for this week for release?
Well, I'm finally starting to feel a lot better. So good. I've got 2 that I've been working on that I'd like to finish up just if I can speak, So hopefully by Sunday I'll have 2. And I got to get that guppy grass out. So Griffs, you're going to get your guppy grass shipped tomorrow. And I had my stickers. I got my stickers in. So the Griffs will be the first people with Chattanooga Ed stickers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one of those. Priscilla, thank you for joining us as well. In terms of what I've got going on, I do have the part 2 of the Octagon Rainforest Conservation Kit in support of Project Piaba. That is going to have to come out tomorrow. I was going to release it today, but after 6 hours of trying to get the video processed, and every time I'd get to 98%, it would stop the edit and quit. It just wasn't working. I did finally get it processed. I just have to do my voiceover, and I'll have that out tomorrow. And I think I'm actually going to go back to doing some less edited raw footage, at least for the time being, until things kind of slow down a little bit. I've got 4 videos filmed. I just haven't found time to edit them. So you all may see some of the old-fashioned, less edited, film it, throw some music on it, and throw it on the site. Because I know not having put out a video the past 2 weeks has hurt me significantly. So I don't want to disappoint anybody. Now, Priscilla, you were the first in here, of course. You're always the first, Priscilla. So that's what we've got going on here. I do have some fish that are still in quarantine for at least another week or two. Got some lemon tetras and a Project Piaba, oh goodness, jaguar catfish, as well as some other tetras that I picked up. And then I'll be picking up some more Project Piaba fish for the tank for the Rainforest Conservation Kit. And you will see those in part 3, which I will get filmed and released next week. I'm going to get back on a weekly schedule. So I wanted to apologize for everybody for not having any videos come out lately. And thank you all for your support. Somebody mentioned in the previous chat in Chris's stream, we did pass 800 subscribers today. And I've got about 1,000 watch hours left to go. So I think February is going to be the month. So I appreciate you all very much for that. Would you like to break the... Well, I guess first we should talk about the East Tennessee meetup that we've got going on. As Reich mentioned earlier, that's going to be on February the 9th. And I do have the details on the fishroomfever.com website. Basically, they are going to open the doors. The fish store is going to open the doors to us before business hours. So at 10 a.m., if anybody's nearby and you want to come before the 1 p.m. official meetup time, you're welcome to come hang out for a couple hours and, shoot footage and things. Sorry, I was looking at what was held. And
do you have directions and the name on the website of the store?
Yeah, I've got the name and the address as well as the phone number on the website, so you can look them up. Update your Piaba tank. Yeah, I've got that. That's the video that I'm going to release tomorrow is the Piaba tank update. So you'll be getting that, and I'm looking forward to getting it out. I just have to do the voiceover. I wanted to release it today since KG wasn't streaming and Corey wasn't streaming, but like I said, I keep trying to push it through the edit, and every time it would try and process it, there was one particular file that I had mixed in there that it just wouldn't process, so I had to re-edit the video. But I'll do the voiceover and get it released tomorrow afternoon. But back in terms of that meetup, the store name, address, phone number are all on the website, as well as kind of a loose time frame layout. Basically, 10 a.m. is going to be coffee and donuts for anybody that does want to show up. We'll have 3 hours in the store, basically to ourselves, so we can hang out, film, talk to the store owner, and all those type of goodies. And then there's going to be some sort of lunch around 12:30 or 1 o'clock, with the official meet time being at 1, which is also when the store opens up on Sundays. And then we had also discussed Volunteer State Aquatics Group, which is the local aquarium club, making it open for them to come out around 3 o'clock to kind of meet all the YouTubers if they wanted to. And then there may or may not be an opening if people wanted to come by and see the fish rooms at my house, since I'm 3 minutes away, and get footage and, have a tour or whatnot, open the house up for people to come by and do that, just depending. I had a couple people ask about it, so we could definitely do something like that.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's what we've got going on for February. Chattanooga, Ed, would you like to move us into the next piece of that news?
Yep. In March, James and I are going to be heading out to the Big Fish Deal in Maryland. We're going to be going up on the 13th and coming back on the 15th. And we're going to be hanging out with Just Fish Granny, and we're going to compete against her in a great big shrimp competition. So that ought to be a pretty good time.
We're going to have to whip her butt at some aquascaping.
Oh, yeah.
I think I have no expectations to come in anywhere but 10th. And for those of you that don't know, 10th is last place. But I think it's going to be fun and an enjoyable thing. and I'm super excited to get to my first actual fish show. So I'm really pumped for that. Looking forward to it. And then we've got Aquashella Dallas in May. So basically February and March, we get a break in April, and then May, get to have some fun. So Let me jump up here. I saw a couple of questions.
Let me grab my stickers. I brought them down, and then I left them
absolutely. Go grab them. You sent me a picture, but I want everybody to see them because I think they look awesome. Chewy LTD says, you don't know if you had one of the catfish of the family. Not going to try to pronounce that as a logo. A fish from Fever nocturnal feeding would be right up Creepy Chappie's alley. I'll have to look into that. I may switch it out, but I do like the pleco. I want to add, now that I'm kind of adjusting to playing with pictures on a computer, I want to go back and change it a little bit. But I will definitely take a look into that, and I'm going to be doing some other designs and things for t-shirts for those of you that had asked about that. It's back and forth. More back and forth. Ed has hurt Priscilla's feelings. Shame on Ed. I'm going to pick on him even though he's not here. I'll pick on him some more when he gets back.
I'm not back yet.
Let me see. Precious Tranquility asks if Miss FRF is going to start a channel. I don't know that she is. She really doesn't like to be on video. I don't want to pressure her. So if she wants to start a channel, I'd be happy to support her in doing that. But I'm not going to push her. I think that she's at least going to maybe start doing some videos. She's at least thinking about it. So we'll let her dip her toe in the water and decide for herself what she would like to do and how we can facilitate that. And that may be something that I know my 6-year-old wants to shoot videos too. So that may be something that the two of them get together and do some stuff on and have some fun with. Maybe that'll help coax her into it. Frank White says, I love the competitions at the shows. I've heard a lot, but I have not. This will be my first show, so I'm excited to do that, and I'm excited to do the aquascaping competition, although, as I've said many times on my channel, I'm not an aquascaper by any means. I just stick stuff in there the way I like it, and it is what it is. So we will see. Just Shrimp Granny says, I'll probably come in 8th. As long as I beat you guys, I'm happy. Yeah, I figured that was where you were going to go with that, Jess.
As long as I'm in 9th, I'll be happy.
I'm not ignoring you, Chris. I would never ignore you, Chris. Let me see. I was looking to see if I had missed something Chris said, but I don't see it. Anna's Hobbies, hello and welcome. Oh yeah, the candy root. Yeah, no, we don't say that word. Chewy. Priscilla said, Miss Fever, do it. I used to not like to be in video, and then I learned how to not give a ... She's getting there. I'm not going to push her because, again, that's the same thing I would tell any of you all. If it's something you want to do, I support you 100%. If it's not something you want to do, then I wouldn't push anybody into trying to make videos. So Edgar Steckenfinger, hey everyone, welcome. Just lurking while I'm working. I do that all the time, Edgar, so feel free to do that, and we appreciate you lurking. Just Shrimp Granny said, maybe we will all learn a lot and sweep the show. That would be awesome. Take 1st through 3rd place. I'd be happy with that. Let's see.
Maybe everybody will just drop out when they see us.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be neat because, from what we were reading and everything, you get to keep the tank afterwards. So that's, that in and of itself is going to be awesome to have kind of like a souvenir, not just from the show, but from the competition to bring home and have set up. I'll probably put it right on my desk since it's a 7.7 gallon. So we'll have the Piaba tank and that tank together on the desk. This interesting says, Chewy, does Candy know about the fish, the candy roo? 44 Mad Guy is lurking while painting. Enjoy your painting, my friend. Multi-tank addiction is at the 14-hour mark, going to the living room. Only 4 more hours and you can take your bra off, Chris. And Shrimpies too. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be neat. I'm excited for it. I'm super excited for the February meetup, and then really excited, going into March to go to my first show, which is all possible because Chattanooga Ed is driving, because I refused to drive my car out of state. So he asked if I wanted to go, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. I got vacation time, I'll throw some money at it and we can do this. But Ed has been the one that's kind of spearheaded this project and making it possible for me to go. So much appreciation to him. Let's see. Aquarium is maintained by Andy. Says, I have so much anxiety every video I make. Yeah, and everybody's going to be different. It takes time for people to adjust to making videos, even if you want to make it. Some people it's 1 or 2 videos. Some people it's, 10 or 20 videos. And even still, once you're quote unquote comfortable, a year down the road, you'll probably be totally different than you were even when you first got comfortable with yourself. So, just take it at your own pace and do what you want to do with it. Frank White said,
I have snacks.
Oh, nice. You got your stickers. I can catch back up to the chat because I'm at the bottom.
Yeah. Sorry, Frank. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, those are awesome. Now, did you get the gloss finish on yours?
I got the waterproof finish.
Nice. I see. I should have done that. The next.
Yeah, you can make it so you don't see it at all.
Yeah. That's why I saw the glare and I was like, it's got some sort of finish. Mine are just the matte finish. The next batch that I do, I'll have the gloss finish on it. I'm actually going to do a small run of some high quality vinyl ones at some point, because there's so many people that wanted to put them on their car, and they did put them on their car, but I'm pretty sure they're probably ruined by now, because even just having one on the back of my phone going in and out of my pocket 1,000,000 times a day after a month is like no more. So I didn't get the weatherproofed ones. Let's see.
Well, it was $22 more, so I just went for it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. See, I didn't. When I first did it, I was like, $55. I can afford that this week. And I think I looked at some of the other finishes, and where it was almost like a third of what I was paying, I was like, let me do this first, see how it goes. But the way things are going, I definitely want to up my sticker game. But Frank White says, I have a speech impediment, so my videos consist of external video, writing, and music. Not all videos have to feature live people. And you're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. There are a lot of different ways to make video. It's all about what you want to do, the style that you find, how you want to edit it together or not edit it. So yeah, I encourage and empower everyone to do your videos your way, and enjoy it. So yeah, Priscilla asked about the snacks. Ed's got the snacks. I've got no snacks. I thought I had snacks. I don't.
And I have a virgin screwdriver.
Hey, GRB Aquatics, welcome to the show. Yeah, Priscilla says, I want to come too, but it's so far away. Another reason to cry. Yeah, I mean, it's like 8.5 hours from us. But fortunately, Ed was going to drive up there, so he extended out to me and said, hey, if you want to ride, we can have some fun. And I was like, heck yeah. I got gas money. Let's do this. Not Nola Jane Fisher says, over a 10-hour drive for me. So nope, I can't say that I blame you.
It's 8 for us. Well, 8.5 for me, 8 for him.
Let's see. Chewy LTD says some of the species of that group are also in the Rio Negro. That is good to know. I'm definitely going to do some more research on it. I don't know. I love my snowball pleco, and I hate to mess with my my quote unquote brand. Since I've as Ed's showing there, that's me at this point. It's associated with me. It's associated with my brand. Obviously not exclusively. It's a pleco. Anybody can do a pleco, but I hate to change things up, when people are getting familiar with me. GRB says, back online, so hopefully I can edit and upload videos again. Hopefully. That would be awesome. I've got your bell rung, so assuming YouTube decides to actually work, that would be great. Hello, Mr. Fish, sir. Welcome to the show. Frank White, let me get back there, says, and that is the thing, Anna, videos do not have to feature us personally. That is why we have captions, titles, and nifty features that allow us to create without putting ourselves on there. Yeah, I mean, the Zen Ginger does really, really great videos, and she's not actually in any of them. Her voice is not there, and there she actually chimed in shortly after that. Zen Ginger says, my videos do not feature me.
Her hand's in there.
Well,
She points.
Yeah, there you go. That's true. So, Not Nola Jane Fishrich says, so what do we have to do to get a sweet Chattanooga Ed sticker?
I don't know. Maybe I could give a bunch to James and he can mail them out with his, or I'd be happy to mail them out too.
Yeah.
You just have to send your address to my Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah, and like you said, because I know we talked about that before. If you give me a batch of them, I'll be happy to send them out with mine as well. Save you on some postage there.
Hey, Mr. Fish, sir. Brad.
Yes. Yep. Priscilla MK Art. Speaking of editing, should I edit? I mean, yes and no. Honestly, I'm gonna slow down a little bit on the editing until I get maybe a little bit higher on. I want to get back to the consistency. I was putting out a lot more videos before, and now I've gone, I think, like 2 weeks without a video. I got to spend a lot of time with you all on live streams, and that's great. But I want to get some more videos out there and get the videos edited that I've already shot to be edited, since I can't really release them without the edits. GRB says it's like my vision has been restored after watching only small phone for the last month. Yeah, it is completely different. Just Shrimp Granny got birthday presents today. Next Tuesday is her birthday. Oh, I'm sure we will tell you that day, but for some reason I don't see you. Happy early birthday. Chewy LTD says they are mostly all small. They are mostly all small in that group and parasitic in nature. Talking to Pawn Life. Just got an air pump, a night crew light, and a new webcam. That is awesome. Looking forward to seeing the webcam that you got in action. Scroll back up. Jumped on me. There we go. Lots of birthday wishes and very merry unbirthday wishes. She also got a migraine. Anna's Hobbies is getting a new laptop in 2 weeks. Well, that is awesome. I don't need a new laptop, but I do need to get a desktop for editing when I do get, deeper into it. Mrs. Griffin Fishroom has joined us as well. Hello to you. Chris, yeah, you don't look a day over 25. I thought you were 23, Chris, at Multi-Tank Addiction. Frank White says, am I the only one here that thinks Ed has a cool beard? No, you are not. Ed has an awesome beard. I'm jealous of Ed's beard. I can't do any type of non-natural hair colors due to work. So it's I'm stuck with the natural look, unfortunately. But yeah, Ed's beard is awesome, and especially in person. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. Let's see. The Pawn Life says, I have a new PC and I'm ready to stream and edit better content. Yeah, I tried to do some editing on my laptop, and it just wasn't quite up to par for what I was trying to make it do. So it was going to be able to do about the same level as what I do on my phone. So I figured I might as well just do it on my phone, since I can access that anywhere from my back pocket. But I am looking forward to getting a desktop or a PC and being able to do some really fancy editing stuff down the road. Sure. Hey, Diego with Pet Exotics says, you're 10 years older than me at Just Shrimp Granny. Just kidding. I'm 48, soon 49 in April. And Priscilla says we're all old. Yeah, getting there. The Pawn Life says, yeah, I did the same thing, and I would edit and upload at work. Yeah, I was actually, when I was at the bank earlier for work today, I was standing in line at the bank with the deposit editing the video that I'm releasing tomorrow, or part of it anyways. So yeah, that does make life easy.
I just had a thought. When we're in at the Big Fish deal, that'll be on a Friday. We're leaving early. I wonder if we'll postpone our show that night for the following night, and we'll do it in, uh, there.
That's a good idea. We could do that.
Then maybe we could get Jess to show up too.
Yeah, especially since we're getting up early and all that. We definitely don't want to be up till 4 or 5 in the morning. So yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. I think we'll probably go with that. Somebody asked, when are we doing the feeding? Well, technically speaking, the nocturnal feeding is the feeding of you all following the community tank, and then Chris. Now that the community tank is stirred up, we're feeding you all, giving you all something to chew on. But you could always stick an ONIP tab on the glass here behind me and let the angelfish go to town. Priscilla says she's going to start paying into her funeral so no one else has to later. The Pond Life. I edited on my work computer, but LOL, as my laptop was not good enough to edit the level of film I was producing. Also, my net was so bad at my old house. Yeah, and that's the funny thing is my download speed is fantastic, but my upload speed is horrible. So even when I get videos done, it takes forever to actually get them on YouTube. I like that, Chris. Multi-Tank Addiction says, feeding the addiction with a fever. Chewy is saying, what, no piranha feeding? I have the piranha lights off, actually, because they just put so much glare. They've got... their light is way overpowered. It's actually a 4-foot T5 high output fixture that's designed for reef tanks, but it's got 6 T5 bulbs in it. I changed the bulbs out for the freshwater, and so it's just like a massive amount of light that beams over this way. And Rack with the River Life has joined us with the hashtag Goldfish. I appreciate you coming in, sir.
That's awesome to have Rack.
Oh, yeah.
Priscilla, I never really thought about putting away money for a funeral. Maybe I'll have a raffle and just raffle my fish off.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah. Might bring some people into the funeral.
I didn't get a notification for Diva. Not that means anything this past 2 weeks, because I've not gotten notifications for half the stuff that went on, but I didn't see a notification for Diva. Bear in mind, my phone was also running the editing processor when that time frame was going, so it's possible that something popped up and I just did not see it, but I didn't swipe anything away. Multi-Tank Addiction. Chris says, I still like the Piaba Powerhouse. Yeah, I like that nickname. I'm fond of that as well, sir. Lots of people feeling old. We're all young. The fish hobby keeps you young, So one thing I did want to talk about is we actually will have a sponsor for tomorrow's video. Shout out to Pet Zotics. He is also doing, goodness, I've just forgotten all the details, but they will be in the video. Diego, if you want to throw in the chat specifically what you're doing with the promotion code, but he's going to be donating a portion of the proceeds from his sales for the month to Project Piaba, as well as doing a discount. So wow, I thought awesome. that was only fitting to get him in there and help share what he's doing, but two, have it officially sponsored, if you will. So Diego, I appreciate you, my friend. And yeah, Pet Zotics, Diego says, I am young at heart and soul. Absolutely. It doesn't matter when the grays start coming in. As long as you feel young, that's what's important.
The more gray you get, the easier it is to die.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Let's see. Priscilla says, I think I poisoned myself today on some zoanthids. Had a cut on my finger and moved corals, and now my finger is numb. If I kick the bucket, name one fish after me. Absolutely, Priscilla. We can do that for you, but hopefully you will be okay. But definitely the
band really tight around your thumb.
Yeah, and then just cut it off. And just kidding. Disclaimer: we're not giving medical advice.
Yeah, don't put the rubber band on there either.
Yeah, zoanthids and palithoas can definitely be tricky to to deal with. Zen Ginger, thank you for popping that link up. I appreciate it, as I do appreciate all my mods in the chat. Name it Dead Thumb. I like that, Jess. I like that very much. We're going to name the fish Dead Thumb if Priscilla doesn't make it. Sand Creek Aquatics is lurking but watching. Haven't slept in 36 hours now. Well, we love to have you here lurking, but I hope you fall asleep and get you some rest, my friend, because it sounds like you need it. I know we've all done those long stretches, and they are no fun for anybody. That being said, I am going to go ahead and kill my camera real quick, just long enough to throw one of these ONIP tabs in here and get the fishies going.
Awesome.
There we go.
Well, yeah, I meant to dye the beard, not to dye the beard. Even though I guess I'm going to be trimming it a little bit back. As long as my Chiefs keep winning, I'm happy. Yeah, Priscilla, everybody's giving you some advice for your finger. That's good. Let's see if I can. Frank White, someday I have to meet you so you can sign a baseball for me. And then you have to put number 20 on it also. That was my favorite baseball player growing up. And let's see. Yeah, well, like Chewy was saying, you're only as old as you feel. And ever since I hurt my back, I feel a lot older. So,
That will definitely do it.
it's a bummer.
Oh, no. I'll bring my chat back. There we go. And it is live chat. All right, perfect. So we've got the ONIP tab there for the angelfish and the gouramis to go to town on. Let's see if we can move that down and you all still be able to hear me. Should be good to go. This feeding brought to you by the Zen Ginger. I forgot I'm not on that camera. I'm on this camera. Zen Ginger was kind enough to send me these for feeding the fishies on the live streams. So thank you to Zen Ginger for your not just moderation, but your support as well. That's very, very cool of you to do that. Oh, and look, he actually has given us, I guess, me my own promo code for the video. So Diego at Pet Exotics says it's 30% off your entire order. Use promo code FRF30 and 8% of the profits will be donated to Project Piaba. Let me see if I can. Oh, there we go. Of course, the Zen Ginger beat me to it. Zen Ginger has dropped the link in the chat along with the promo code and 30% off entire order, 8% of profits donated to Project Piaba. So again, Diego, thank you very much for that. I'm glad to be partnered up with you on this. Hopefully we can get you some additional business and some additional support for Project Piaba. Mr. Fish Sir says, too young to feel this dang old. I definitely have days that I can agree with you. Feeling better now that I'm through the whole medical thing. Feel like I did, 5-6 years ago, so that's been a plus. But I used to having days where I had old men look at me and go, I don't even walk like that. You're too young. And I'd be like, well, it is what it is. Let's see. All right, I'm trying to keep up on the chat today. I know it's been getting away from me the past couple of streams, but I think we're good right here. Oh goodness, we've got so many things we can talk about. Ed, do you have anything you would like to talk about? Because you don't get the talk time that I do most nights.
Oh, well, this is for our last stream that we had with Bob and John. A lot of people were upset that I wasn't saying much at all. Most of that time, beforehand, I had already told them that I wouldn't say much, so that way they could speak more. But my sinuses have been so bad. I was muted about half that time trying to cough and not interrupt everything. But I appreciate everybody saying, Ed, talk more. I do. But you can kind of hear me right now. It's tough for me to do a lot of talking still. But I do appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we want to hear more from you when you're able to do it. We don't want you getting yourself where you're a horse again, just for the show. But I don't want people to think that you're not permitted to speak or something like that. Let's see. Just Shrimp Granny saying I should get a couple opalines for my 29-gallon. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful fish. Mrs. Griffin Fishroom says, I named one of my female betta Ginger, after Zen Ginger. Oh, it's an awesome name. You can't go wrong there. Priscilla has disinfected her finger and will either be fine or go down as a legend. Absolutely. Chewy LTD, at Fishroom Fever that most of the freshwater gobies are now prohibited in BC. I didn't know that, but given with what Canada's doing, that doesn't surprise me. I'm sorry to hear that because I know that it's getting to where y'all have to jump through hoops for a lot of fish, and the list seems to continue to grow, and that's a shame. So hopefully they will ease up on you all, or at least stop adding fish to it at some point.
For sure. Oh, for sure, eh?
Yeah, Anna made the comment that Priscilla's art would be worth millions if she's dead. Big J has posted a video. He says, at Fishroom Fever, I took him home and posted the video too. He had sent me some video of a fish earlier that came into the store that he works at. So if somebody wants to snag the link for his video, I think you're going to like it because there's some pretty cool fish that I saw earlier in the video he sent me. Alien World Aquatics, hello, my friend. Hey, guys, lurking, doing some cleaning. I appreciate you lurking. And, of course, any of my moderators, we have the links for Scott for Alien World Aquatics, his GoFundMe, Candy Overhauls, and Pam as well. And if you're ever wanting to donate but you're not in a live stream to grab those links, you can go on the fishroomfever.com website. They're on there 24/7 in case you don't have access to it if nobody's streaming.
That's really cool. Hey, here's an idea.
Yes, sir.
For the website. What if I don't know, is there any way that we could put a section for artists that would, that might sell their stuff and maybe put Chris on there and Pam?
I'm working on it. The problem is I own fishroomfever.com, but it's hosted on GoDaddy for free. So I need to get it actually switched over to a server where I can just, code things and add multiple pages. Because right now, if I want to do past the one free hosted page, it's X amount of dollars per month. Which is a little bit more than what I want to spend on it. I'd rather just spend less money to have it hosted on another server and be able to just go through and code it and throw up web pages. But yeah, the intention is definitely to expand it. I'm just kind of playing with the free site for now until I have the time to be able to do that. I'm hoping to maybe talk Miss Fever into taking over some of that stuff. Awesome. If I can get her to do some of the online things that I just don't have enough time in the day to do, that would definitely help things like that progress.
Well, that's super cool.
Recon 338 says, that Fishroom Fever, I don't think you saw my question, but wanted to wait a while before I asked it again. Do you think it hurts an aquarium channel to have non-fish content in a separate playlist? So here's what I'm going to say. It can, but not necessarily. Chewy LTD says I need to own my own server. Yeah, believe me, I thought about it, buddy. I used to do a lot of web stuff, but I don't have time. If I had time, if I didn't have a day job, I could do twice as much as what I'm trying to do now. I don't have the time to do it. It's like I can either have all these tanks and do YouTube and skimp on some other stuff, or I could cut back on tanks and do more brand marketing, if you will. And I like my tanks. So, but Recon, I'm going to go specifically because you're talking about firearm content or hunting content. It's possible that it could, especially given that you're going to have people that are in a pet-friendly hobby, aquarists, fish keepers, and then you're going to have hunting stuff. I have nothing against it. I'm just telling you from a broad perspective. You also have the issue with 9 times out of 10, anything firearms related, YouTube is just going to demonetize from the get-go when you get to that point. They're definitely not Second Amendment friendly in terms of content creation. And any of you all that go on other content creator stuff will see that there have been a lot of channels that have had issues. So in your specific case, it might pose problems down the road with some monetization issues, and you might offend some people with the hunting content. And yeah, you've got a lot of people, especially because you've got people that care for animals, and a lot of them are going to have, like the dogs and cats and other furries. So you're going to have a lot of people that are very much animal rights, and then you're going to have hunting content. Am I going to tell you, no, don't do it? It's your channel, and I encourage you to do what you think is best for it. In terms of Rack the River Life, thank you for posting the GoFundMe link for Candy. Would I do it? Probably not. And I say that because, I think long-term goals, 10 years from now, where's this channel going to be at? So like I've had a lot of people that want me to do content relating to, like Ginger said, don't Google other furries. No, we don't want to do that. Terminology there bad, but, so knowing that 10 years from now, I want to have a brand built around Fish Room Fever, and be in a position where I've said it before, y'all are going to get sick of hearing this, but a multifaceted thing. I went and I took another channel, and I actually created a second channel, specifically for gun stuff. So for those of you that did want to talk firearms, the Armed Aquarist, that's my other channel. When we get to 25 subscribers, I'll start popping live streams on there, and we can talk that stuff, because I do want to keep it off of this page. Not that you have to do that, Recon, but that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm telling you about it, because I to know my personal experience on it.
I agree with everything that James said, especially since it's if your other subject is going to be something that might make some people love you and some people dislike you, but if it's a subject that's real easygoing, like Sean Peck, he also puts gaming material on his and his drones, and he did when he first started, though. He had two different sites, and he has a steampunk site also. So, but nobody really watched his steampunk stuff, so it kind of died off, or he just stopped doing it.
Yeah,
or he just got tired of steampunk.
Well, and there are some things. Let's see. Frank White said, good question, Recon. I'm wondering if I could put relaxation style videos on my aquarium related channel. Something like that you probably could just fine.
I would definitely do.
Especially because you also have the option of going micro niche and doing aquarium relaxation videos. I've seen a lot of those out there. It's just film a fish tank with relaxation music to it. So you could even combine the two in some of the videos if you wanted to. Let's see. And then Frank White also said it's rough to hold two active channels. Absolutely. My second channel will never be something I put as much effort into as my first channel. It's simply someplace that we can go and talk about things that I'm not going to put on here. So that's why I did it, because I had a lot of people to talk about it. It's kind of like, Bob Steenfott has the Big Steen Gaming channel, and he plays music on there, and he doesn't care if he gets copyrights, and it is definitely not G-rated. It's R-rated at best, maybe NC-17, or NC-17 would be below. No, it's above R-rated. So yeah, it's definitely not something he would do on his main channel, but
I'm going to start putting other material. Once I get my fish room done, then I'm going to start working on my craft room. And once I get my craft room going and cleaned out, right now it's just filled with a bunch of boxes. I'm going to start painting my miniatures and models and my art. Ooh, what was that noise?
That was my phone. I keep it on because the couple of times that I've turned it off, I've had mods message me that there was an issue that I wasn't seeing.
That's cool. As long as it wasn't like a fire alarm or something.
No, case in point, that was one of the mods. I'm going to pull something up while you're talking, Ed.
Yep. Well, I plan on doing art also on my channel, even though my channel doesn't say anything about fish. It's just Chattanooga Ed, and it's me. So I'll be, showing my fish off a lot, and also my art and crafts and stuff that I like to do, just because it's what I like to do.
For anybody that's interested in that second channel, just shoot me a message on Facebook or at fishroomfever.com, and I'll send you a link for it. Because, like Zen said, she can't pull the link, and even me having, well, no, I didn't. I thought I had subscribed to it from the Fish Room Fever, so I'd be able to find it. But it's one of those things when you first start a channel and you have one subscriber, it doesn't show in search. So I can get that link to you all individually, and that will probably also work better to not have it in the chat. Let's see. Not Nola Jane says, I have no problem with arms, but I don't watch hunting. Yeah, and there are all sorts of fine lines. You know, everybody puts their line in the sand at a different point down the beach. Frank White says, Michael's Fish Room created a second cooking channel. I don't know how he keeps up. Yeah, he, you know, but he's also got, and that's the thing is, you know, even with the following he has on his primary channel, he's not got that many on a secondary. I'm not starting a secondary channel, and most people, I don't think, do to try and make it a huge channel necessarily, because even with tens of thousands of people, he doesn't even have 1,000 subscribers on his cooking channel. So if you do 2 channels or branch off later from your main channel and start a second channel, don't expect it to have the same amount of following that your primary channel does just because you have X amount of subscribers on your primary channel. Yeah, absolutely, Recon. I will send you that link because I'm going to have to go in on my phone and find it and send it out, but I will get that out. Aquarium is maintained by Andy. 49 watching, need 49 likes. Well, I appreciate that. Aquarium is maintained by Andy.
GRB is asking what type of miniatures. I'm a lot like Sharpies. You guys ought to tune into his channel. He does a live stream every Saturday. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not Saturday in England. Well, it's Saturday here in the States. And I am kind of like him. I just like doing lots of different types of models. All sorts of different things. I do lots of tabletop gaming. It's not necessarily Dungeons and Dragons, even though that was probably the first thing that got me started.
Yeah. River Life Rack, thank you for posting those links for the GoFundMe's in the chat. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much, my friend. Anthony's Fishy Friend, hello to you. Jay Jr., hello to you as well. Let's see. Sorry, it jumped on me and I wanted to go back. James Hukalak, I think I got it right that time, says, at Chattanooga Ed, if you ever get tired of raspberry, what's the next flavor of beard?
Well, I'll never get rid of my red for my Chiefs, but I've debated doing blue for my Blues and my Royals, but I'll probably just be a Chiefs guy. That's my number one sport.
Ed, can you read the chat okay? I don't know if you got...
It kind of comes and goes. The last one I got was from Rack. It says, Chattanooga Ed, are you going to the Aquatic Marine meetup? And yes, I am. I will definitely be there. For sure.
I think we're going to have a nice little meetup. Is that what
you were asking me to... Or was there something I missed?
No, I think that was it. I was just trying to switch over to the other screen here. Didn't want to leave it dead and leave you not knowing that I wasn't going to break the silence real quick like I normally do.
Okay. Lime green? I don't know. It would have to be like a Halloween costume or, you know, I definitely go all out for Halloween or for any type of event where I'd get to dress up. Like I'm even thinking about it, one of the Aquashellas going as Murphy again. Anthony's probably a Raider, I bet. Or not a Raider. Well, I don't know. It could be a Ram. But I doubt he's a Bolt. What are you, Anthony? You have to tell me what team you are. Okay. Where were we? It's all good. Yes, Jess. Well, you know what? I'm going to go back to the hunting thing. I'm not a hunter, but I support hunting. In Missouri, they have so many wild deers. The conservation agency, if you kill one deer, and this is how it was a couple of years ago. I don't know what their new rules are. They're always trying to figure out a different way to try to get hunters out there hunting. They would give hunters 9 more tags, just because when the baby boomers stopped going out and hunting, they were always hoping for about 200,000 deers to be hunted every year in Missouri, and they were getting less than 100,000. So the deers were just like overeating their areas. They were drowning whenever there was floods, constantly hitting them. You know, it was so hunters provide a service since there's no more predators out there to take care of a lot of this stuff. I just don't do the hunting because I really prefer to take photos of the animals, and I'm a big softie.
Okay, this should work because I had quite a few people ask, and by God, that was fun to try and find. Because I have, oh no, don't even let me post that in there.
Can you hang on 1 second? For Anthony just said his team's the Rams. I don't know why you would ever want to pick the Rams. They're just going to leave you in a couple of years. They left you before. They left St. Louis. Now, I was a Chiefs fan anyway, but it was still sad to see them go. They're just going to leave you. Pick a team that's not going to leave.
All right, so what I will do, I do have the secondary stream scheduled for after this one ends at 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when we get into there, I'll share that link out because I'm going to have to do a quick little upload to make it to where it's actually shareable to other people. But I will get that to everybody that asked for it. Patriots, Frank White says.
I'm not going to say anything when I hear that because I'm a Patriot, just not when it comes to football. I don't know if you can consider the Patriots really football. They're just really good at cheating. Okay.
Football is almost like skirting the edge of politics, it seems like. Yeah, no comment. Okay, so fishy related. How is the fish room build coming along, Ed?
Well, it hasn't really gone very far. I got my material list, but the same thing that got me sick, my brother-in-law's been sick, my whole family has been pretty much wiped out, and this month has just been kind of a waste. It's been terrible. My dad has heart surgery next Tuesday, and they're hoping that he'll be cough-free and everything by then.
Well, we'll keep him in our thoughts and prayers. That's
I appreciate that.
Definitely rough, absolutely.
But I did buy, I did get the shelving, so I might just start setting up tanks in the empty space and then put the walls up. Because 2 of the walls are already up in the fish room. I mean, just the back of the basement. And then I'm going to build 2 walls, 90 degrees coming the other way. One thing, like, I really, I'm always trying to pick things up that people talk about. And I don't know if it was in Jadron's Aquatics yesterday or Corey. One of them mentioned that it's a good idea to have an air vent in your fish room. And that was like one thing I totally didn't think about. To keep the smells out and stuff. So I'm definitely going to do that. So great tips out there on YouTube for everybody. Whenever you're doing anything fishy, check them out.
Oh, yeah, lots of good ideas. It's about impossible for one person to think of everything, so that's one of the things I love about this community is you get so many different angles and perspectives on, the same project, different projects, different ways to do things. And like Bob Steenfott mentioned earlier with Rachel O'Leary, that's one of the things that, I love about this hobby. Like him, it's not, this is the way you have to do it. That gets boring, fairly quick. We can all do our own thing. There's so many variances that it's enjoyable. Recon 338 says, main reason I combined my 2 channels is because I got tired of keeping up with 2 channels. I don't know how it is affecting my channel, but I want YouTube to be enjoyable, so we will see how it goes, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's... And Zen Gingers, hit the nail right on the head there. Followed up with, Recon, I guess it depends on what your end goal is. Absolutely. If you just want it to be easier for you to put content out there, regardless of the end outcome for your channel, then that's going to be the best way to do it is throw it all on the same channel. So it just depends on what your end goal is. Mine, is this is fun. This is a passion. This is something I enjoy. I also enjoy business, though. It sounds almost conceited, but I enjoy winning. That's one of my things. That's one of the reasons I love business, is because I've been successful at it. So I bring that aspect with me to the YouTube, and that's why I have all the other platforms, because it's like, yeah, this is fun by itself, but there are so many other things I can do with it, that it really gets my drive going. Let's see. Frank White says, already working on my first aquarium relaxation video. Thanks for the idea, guys. Hey, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Perfect. Glad we were able to help.
I'll definitely check that out.
Sharpie's absolutely right. Sharpie's Models and Aquatics says, so long as you're enjoying it, Recon, no sense in doing it if you don't. And that's the big thing. Because when you stop enjoying it is when your viewers are going to stop enjoying it. That's going to translate through your work. It's going to show in a lack of quality, a lack of attitude. So, yeah, when you stop enjoying it, that's when it's time to pause and take a look and go, okay, what am I doing? What do I want to do? Is this something I even want to pursue anymore? Or how can I do it in a way that's enjoyable to me? Not that there's not hard work involved if you're trying to make a channel into a brand. But if you're just doing it for fun, then you don't want to get yourself to a point to where you don't like it. Where was it? There we go. I just saw. Jay Jr. says, I have a window at each end of the basement for the fish room, north and south sides, cross ventilation to reduce humidity, air change, or temp adjustment. Absolutely. And that's something I'm going to cover on my other channel. I have an extremely large safe right next to this aquarium. Right there. So that's one of the things we're going to discuss on there is controlling humidity and things of that nature, having a safe in a fish room when you've got all this moisture, and what can you do to combat rust and things like that. So that's a topic to come. Recon 338 says, yeah, I agree, Zen, and I'm not sure I have an end goal regarding YouTube. I don't really ever see myself making a living on it or anything. The best way I can say that is, if you did decide that YouTube was something you wanted to pursue with a more business-oriented end game, even with that mindset, don't try and make a living off YouTube. Use YouTube to help you make a living. Meaning, don't think, oh, I'm going to go on YouTube and that's all I'm going to do, and I'm going to make money. If you're going to use it as part of something else in addition to. The Pond Life says, at Fish Room Fever, I have already built a great following in cars and doing events, so I brought that winning to Fish Life and YouTube. Hey, absolutely, man. That's awesome. Utilize whatever tools you have available to you, whether it's, a good following, your personality, your style, your editing skills, your knowledge, whatever you've got, use that to your advantage, to help you out. Zen Ginger is 100% right. Says, well, just enjoy it then. Just make sure to categorize the videos differently. I would say hunting isn't technically pets and animals content. Yeah, I agree. And YouTube will do stuff like that. Case in point, I noticed earlier, all of our live streams actually get categorized under, I almost want to say it's like talk shows. Even though my default category is pets and animals, YouTube automatically takes it out of pets and animals and puts it in a different category. So, let's see. Oh, starting to get away from me here.
Hey, Chappie's here.
Hey, Chappie, I'm going to have to do the quick answers. Yep. Nope. Nope. Yep.
Hi.
Right. Wrong. Nope. All right. Let's see here. Sand Creek Aquatic wants to know, Chattanooga, Ed, what shelving are you using? Measurements.
Well, I'm going with the 77-inch long. That way I can put... Now, you see, I'm more in the hobby for pleasure than trying to pump really great stuff out, even though I want to pump great stuff out. But my idea is to put two, look so small, two 20 longs and a 10. And the 10 will be a long ways, and the 220s will be wide. So that way I can enjoy looking at the whole tank. They're the Huskies. They cost $199 at Home Depot. I think it was Home Depot. And they were on sale a couple weeks ago, 40% off. And so that was what I really liked. I can go up to 4 high because my ceilings are pretty high in the basement. But right now I'm just going to go 3 because my back is so bad. I can't really enjoy the stuff on the bottom. So I'll have a upper deck, eye level, and a lower deck. I don't know if that helps you, but I plan on putting about 6 of those in.
Brad, yeah, there is another link, but it won't let me post it because I haven't uploaded any content or anything to it. So when we get into the next stream, I'll let Ed talk for a little bit. And we'll probably get a couple other people up, and I'll throw up like a 10-second video so I can share that link out in the other stream. Plus, it'll be off of the Nocturnal Feeding Show. Hello to you, Chappie. I said a brief hello, but I appreciate you swinging by, my friend. Recon 338 says, got that covered. Thanks for everyone for the advice. Just trying to keep an eye on my analytics and stuff between everything else. Yeah, and I'll be happy when we get into the second portion of the show, the second show, which I've already got scheduled and a notification out on, off of the Nocturnal Feeding, to get deeper into YouTube stuff. I don't care to help with YouTube stuff in here. I just don't want to go off, far left. Straight up analytics and that type of stuff. We'll save it for the second stream. Chappie's fixing. Oh, it jumped on me. Something about fixing an old computer. There we go. I'm fixing my old computer. The monster is unplugged. Do you have something to say, Ed? Oh no, cough.
Yes, I did. Somebody asked me if I've ever seen a lens I can put on my camera or a filter that makes it look like I was looking through a barrel. I was way up there and James was talking about something. This is kind of a photographer's tip. I don't use any filters. The only filter I might use is a polarizer because it'll make your sky a lot prettier blue. But otherwise, you don't want to put anything that you can't take off your photo when you're taking your photo. Because you can add all that afterwards and it just makes life so much easier. I used to do in the darkroom because the same lens you could put on the front of your camera to soften everything, you could put that under the enlarger and soften the negative, or you could have a nice crisp look to it. You can't lose that way. I had a wedding where I had a husband that was really burned up, and his wife really, she didn't mind his burns at all. She loved him. But he came after they booked me and came to me and said, can you do my photos all soft with a filter? And I said, no problem. And they left, and when they came back, she says, every one of the photos of my husband's out of focus. But because I used my lens in the dark room, I was able to give them a sharp focus, and then that's when the husband told her that he asked to have that done. But, if I would have just put that filter on the front, I would have made that bride an upset bride. You can't change it. It's easier to change a photo afterwards.
See, that's awesome to know.
That helps any.
That's good information because the farthest I go into photo is when I ran the Walgreens photo lab and you stuck it in the machine and pushed a button and prints popped out. I don't know any of that stuff that you know. So that's great information. Recon says, really, FRF, when I start my stream through YouTube, it asks me what category, and I select pets and animals. Yeah, YouTube will. You can set it to default for your videos. Streams, it will a lot of times ask you, and then like this going through StreamYard, it automatically will select what it thinks is correct. And even though my YouTube default is pets and animals, it puts this into the talk show live stream setting. Let's see. Recon 338 says, I'm learning the live stream. Oh, let me get back here. It's running on me. I'm going to have to run quicker. Learning the live stream stuff slowly. I thought my second stream was decent at least, but I noticed the replay, there's a touch of lag at times. Yeah, you're going to have, you're always going to have some delay between when you all are actually hearing me say what I just said and when I actually said it. So that's something that you just kind of learn to live with. The first couple of streams, it was really weird for me, but now I know it's there. And that's why I don't even look at the YouTube feed. I just look at my stream feed through StreamYard. Otherwise, it'd drive me nuts watching myself in the past. Do you have one you wanted to take, Ed?
Oh, no, I was just kind of reading. I'm kind of 15 seconds behind, so I'm reading all the stuff that they agreed with me or whatever.
Yeah, no, Recon, I really enjoyed your stream earlier. I thought it was a good stream. I still think you should put multiple tanks in that 4-foot area that you've got for a new tank. Even if it's just like you could do a 55 and a couple of 20s in there, give you a little bit of option. And then you've got a QT tank. Or if you do end up getting something that makes babies, you've got an extra tank for fry or whatever. You never know. Oh, it keeps jumping on me. I need to go faster. Dallas message retracted. Sand Creek Aquatic says, I got 275 gallons and several 20 longs and 10s. Only want to go too high with 175 normal. 36 on each set of racks. I mean, yeah, when it comes to racks, it's going to depend on your ceiling height, what you're physically comfortable with dealing with. I mean, I have one of my racks, I've got tanks that are literally 2 inches off the floor. Another one, I've got tanks that are literally 3.5 inches from the ceiling. So it just kind of depends.
Yeah, well, like my back is bad, and I don't want to look at guppies down at my knee level.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's why I've got my convict cichlids on the bottom. The ones that are like dead on the floor, that's the convict cichlids. I don't have to worry about them, and I'm not getting down there to enjoy them, so to speak. So
all my guppies are on the floor or down near it right now. So it's hard for me to enjoy them.
The Pond Life says, what do you use program-wise to stream? I mean, I'm currently using StreamYard. I really, really, really like OBS because it lets you do so many things. But I've not gotten it set up to where I can pull other people in to have guests. So until Ed and I get the time to sit down, look at his setup, look at my setup, and get it where I can pull him into the stream with me on OBS, we're just going to continue to use StreamYard, and that's fine. And I do pay for the upgraded version because the free version only lets you stream 20 hours a month, and I do that in a week, easy, lately. So I am using the paid version, but there is a free version that you can use up to 20 hours a month free streaming. 44 is back from painting with coffee. All right, 44 brought us coffee. Thanks, I appreciate that. Recon 338 says, thank you, Fisherman Fever. I enjoyed chatting with everyone, and yeah, I may do a few different tanks. Just not sure yet. I even considered several 10s, 20s bare bottom for easy cleaning. I mean, I've got my my rack of 10s. It's got the 16 tanks on it, 4 rows of 4 tanks. They're all bare bottom, but they've all also got like a pile of lava rock in them. And they've got sponge filters too. But I still stuck the pile of lava rock in there. One for the beneficial bacteria, but also for, like, say, in my panda cory tank, they like to lay eggs in there, and the little bitty baby panda cories will go hide in that lava rock until they get big enough to not get eaten. Priscilla MK Art says, over the past 10 years, I have learned the more tanks you have, the less attention you can pay to the individual tanks. Yeah, that's definitely a fair assessment. That being said, I do several daily walks through my fish rooms with a flashlight and check everybody out. I don't get to spend as much time staring at one specific tank as I might if I had less tanks. But I do still make sure that I go through and I check all the pleco caves for eggs. I look to see if the guppy have popped fry out. And I spend time looking at my fish. And I think it was John amongst several other people from KG that had mentioned, feeding your fish, you get that time to actually spend with your fish, observe your fish, because that's when you can definitely pick up on issues if they're having problems.
Anthony asks if the time that I spend on your channel gets me point or time. It does not. James and I have made a deal that, and I mean, it was my idea, not his, that we would just do these on his because we want him to get his time and up to 1,000 first. So that way we're not just slowly going. I'd rather have one guy go up quicker, and then I think, we'll start switching back and forth our streams, and hopefully mine will just, the people will just fill in.
Yeah.
Once,
that was the other thing we had talked about was we didn't want people to miss the show because they didn't know to go to Ed's channel. So now that everybody's gotten familiar with Ed, they're used to Ed, they know Chattanooga Ed. If you all popped up and were like, oh, wait, there's no Fish Room Fever nocturnal feeding, generally the second thought would be, well, let me check Ed's channel. And that's what we wanted to do, was we wanted to get Ed stuck in your mind, to go look there.
It'll still be the nocturnal feeding too, also.
Yeah, we're going to keep it the same show. We're just going to switch over to his channel, and we'll start doing that soon. I'm right at needing 1,000 hours. I've got just shy of 3,000. Once it updates, because it's behind, I'll have 3,000 hours before this show kicks in. So once this kicks in, February, I should have everything for monetization. And then you'll start seeing us over on Chattanooga Ed's channel. So that'll be awesome. We can get him built up. Let me get back here. Okay. Chappie, Recon's morning stream. There we go. Zen Ginger dropped a link for the stream from earlier. I missed that. That was before Priscilla's. Jay Jr. says, Recon, try all sizes and combos. See what you like and what the fish like. Yeah, and a lot of times I'll sit there and I'll look at the actual numbers of it. How many inches do I have? What, you're going, let me fix that. I'm going to hear crap in the chat. What space do I have available? And what different tank sizes could I fit in that space? Can I fit 3 20 gallons? Can I fit, 4 10 gallons? All that. So as soon as the words came out of my mouth, I knew that was just my own demise there. But so yeah, you can sit down and look at the math and go, okay, well, this is the amount of space I have. These are the different dimensions of different tanks I could use there. Lawwhat says, Sharpies, not too long ago, I was running old CNC machines that still used magnetic tape and one that used punch paper tape. Oh, wow. Let's see. All right. Back up there. There we go. Anthony's Fishy Friends. There. That was the question you just answered. There we go. As soon as I started to read it, I realized it. Chappie says, if there are folks that want a class on OBS, I can make one. Just need folks to let me know. Chappie, if you can help us get Ed on my channel through OBS, that would be great, because I sat down and tried one time and I downloaded the extensions, and as much as people ask me for advice, I could not get that to work, and that drove me nuts because I love the multi-layered availability of OBS, being able to add all the different scenes. That's why if you go back to before we started doing the guest spot, which I'd rather have Ed on here than not have Ed on OBS. Let me clarify that. I would definitely rather be here with Ed. But back when it was me solo, I had the different layouts and the different screens and additional cameras, and I actually had some other stuff that I didn't get to use, but we will get back to it. So yeah, Chappie, I'm definitely interested in some OBS content. Priscilla says, Ed is such a nice guy, so humble. Yeah, Ed is awesome. Ed's my buddy. He's my go-to guy. Chris is my brother from another mother, as he would say. But Ed's just down the road from me. We talk almost on a daily basis. We text each other, I'd say. And Ed he's really so humble. He'll text me. He's like, hey, I'm sorry if you're asleep. And I'm like, dude, it's fine. I'm up. What's going on, man? Let's talk. So.
Well, while we're talking about the last time I called him while he was asleep, or texted him, was we started my shirt like two weeks ago, and we lost our link to it.
Okay.
But Zen found it last night, James. So maybe in our second half, like when we do our open chat, we can reopen it through Zen and fix it. The problem I found with my shirt was, I'm going to demonstrate with my sticker. This was a large photo that I shrank down. Well, when you bring it up, when you bring it up, it depixelates and it's not nearly as good. So it's not a sharp looking guppy. So I'm just going to have it put right here, that a little bigger than this. Well, a lot bigger than that. But so the guppy will be sharp. The guppy just doesn't look good this big. So that's the one correction I need to do. And then my page ready, and I can start buying that for my nieces and nephews. They're going to love their birthday presents this year.
I'm going to have to get me one. That way you can, I can support yours while you've got mine on. And I ordered the wraparound shirt for myself, and I ordered the FRF hoodie. I felt really bad that several people were already wearing my merchandise and I didn't have any yet. I hadn't put the money into it. So I ordered the wraparound because I want one of those. That's the whole reason I designed it, was for me, because it's a little pricey. And then ask me about my fish hoodie. I'm dying to get that, especially with the weather, wearing it back and forth to work. And then we need to get you some stuff going, but we will get, we'll dig deeper into that stuff on the second stream that'll start here in about 45 minutes. I've got it scheduled to start at 2:35 a.m. Eastern time.
We ought to call it the free for all, or the fish free for all, or the fish battle royal.
Yeah, and that's what I even put in the description, that we're hanging out talking about fish and like building your channel, or what something YouTube related. It's kind of open to whatever. Somebody said they want to see Chappie. I will be happy to have Chappie up on the second one. On this particular stream, we don't bring people up just because that's not the layout of this. If we ever have a guest, it would be a scheduled guest. Only because if I open it up to one, then I feel like I have to open it up to everybody. And that's when we digress into chaos, if you will. So we're going to digress into chaos on the second stream.
Chaos is fun.
Yes, it is. It is. We're going to keep this, I don't even want to say a little more structured, but that's, I guess, the one way you could phrase it. Let's see. Chappie's cleaning glass for the computer. Sharpie's models and aquatics. I get confused enough by YouTube. I ain't going near OBS or StreamYard. Well, and that's the thing, is I hear people complain about the problems they have streaming it straight through YouTube, and it just seems like it's so much harder than StreamYard, because it's literally like title, description, time, and you're done. I mean, I could literally set this up with 3 clicks. I'm sure the chat's running away from me. And Edgar said, please do, Ed. I was looking for the hoodie the other day and couldn't find it.
That's super cool.
Oh, there's Zen Ginger dropped the link for the hoodie. Let's see. Frank White says, my first relaxation vid has been uploaded. The things that make me happy. Well, Ed, if you want to carry on reading the chat, I'm going to pull this up real quick.
Yeah, don't order that shirt, because I'm going to take that off, though, because like I said, I want the logo smaller so it won't be blurry. If it's even up, I don't know if you can even order it. Okay.
Oh, yep. Frank White, you've got my vote already. I've recently fallen in love with the Rummy Nose Tetris. It's my first and only one is in the Piava tank that I have here. So that being the very first fish I see when I open this up, I love it. Gosh darn it, my camera is blocking, and I know I look crazy on camera. I can't even see myself, but I want to share it. My camera's blocking the share button. Let me come back over here. This is going to be, my aquarium box. So this is the link for that relaxation video.
Who would like to see what I got today in my aquarium box?
I would like to see. I didn't know you were still getting your aquarium box.
Yeah, I've been, Gary Jones does my aquarium box, and he's a great guy. And lately, I don't know, he's if there's a lot of drama going on in his life or what's going on. So I kind of don't want to, cut it off until I give him a chance to get his life back on track. He hasn't had a video out for almost 2 months, and so it's kind of a bummer. And then his partner walked out on him, so that was kind of a bummer. So, but this thing is pretty heavy this month. So let's see. First thing is I got an electric timer, or not timer, time temperature
thermometer.
Yeah.
I think I guess it's still it's a temperature probe. That's what it would technically be called.
Digital thermometer.
Well, yeah.
I ought to just read the package instead of just guessing what.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
I got a little bitty sponge filter.
I like those ones.
Yeah, perfect for a fry tank. I mean, I've got a whole lot of the aquarium co-op ones, but I also have it's just a standard little guy. I don't know, I'll put it by my face. But I've got some little tanks that I could definitely put this in.
Well, and I like that it's got, I guess you could call the full-size uplift tube on it versus a shorter uplift tube for the smaller one.
Yeah, once I get that fish room ready, I'm going to also I've got 5-gallon tanks just for raising fry up, and I'll definitely use that. And I prefer this than my suction cup ones. I don't know if I've got suction cup ones that I just keep alive in tanks waiting for the next tank.
Right.
But, yeah, I'd rather use something like this that just sinks straight down. And then I've got a package of Viber Bites.
Nice.
Yep. Everything loves those things.
Yeah.
But my guppies don't really seem to hit them. Maybe they're a little too big, but I'll try them out on my Bisher. I bet he'll like them.
Hey, Dr. Black.
These are they look like, I think they're called elderberries or something
I'm
like that.
going to have to move my chat because it's blocking that one side. There we go. Now I can see. No, you're good. You do what you were doing. It was just funny that was where my chat was sitting on my screen. The elder cones or alder cones.
You're supposed to be able to put them in your tank, and it gives your fish a little extra natural medication or something. That makes them
the tannins and whatnot kind of help as an antibacterial properties.
And then I've got a ton of these things. And it's really cool because I've got let's see, I don't want to do it too much because I don't want it to spill out. But there's a whole mess of them in there. And that looks like this month. But I've been putting all these little things in 2 of these boxes. So I'm going to be set for my shrimp tanks once I start those up. Arr. But yeah, and I was talking to my local fish store guy yesterday when I was out there with Bob, and he said he's trying to get into shrimp, and he would love to be able to buy my spare shrimp from me once I get that going. So that was kind of cool. I got the weirdest pet store in the world. I don't know if I've told you guys about it or not. It's the guy, he's from England, came here. He worked for the Miami Zoo for 20 years building cages, and now he started his own company, and he just randomly pointed, I guess, on a map and came from Miami to here in Chattanooga in the mountains. And he has just several ponds all over with all sorts of plants. He pretty much has every plant you can think of that you'd want to put in a zoo exhibit or something like that,
Nice.
Big stuff. And then he sells that all naturally also. Then he has this whole area where you can walk through and see zoo exhibits that he's built, and he has anacondas and everything. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then but it's pretty neat. He's added the fish area also, so to be able to buy fish, and
That's cool.
he's got flying squirrels. He's got everything. It's crazy.
Heck yeah. And which box do you get? Because I know there are a couple different options for those that don't know.
I get the plants.
Planted
Planted
one?
box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they
And
have what the planted, the freshwater, and then the saltwater, right?
well, they have a generic also.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I think that would just be just random normal stuff that you could maybe get at like Walmart or something.
But yeah, so the planted one is the one that's going to get you the oh my goodness, I've just lost the word.
Botanicals.
Yes, I kept wanting to say organics, and I'm like, that's not the word.
I mean, I could run and grab one of my boxes and show you some of the neat stuff. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's I've looked at doing that. I know I'm going to be ordering some catappa leaves today. I found where I can get like 100 of them for like $15, and so I want to get
awesome.
some catappa leaves for one specifically for the piaba fish because they've not been having the best luck coming in at the LFS or getting them home. So I talked to Seagrist, and that was one of the things that they recommended, even though I've already got stuff leaching tannins. But so we're going to try that and see, and hopefully that will help with survival rates because I've never had the decreased survival rate that I've been having lately. But I digress.
Did you already order those leaves?
I have not yet.
Well, could you order me a pack? I'll give you 15 next time I see you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
I owe you money anyways. You're setting everything up, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'll get you some.
That'd be awesome. That's one thing my aquarium box has not sent me in over a year of being with them. Watch next week. I'll get.
If I were a better businessman, I would have an Amazon affiliate link to drop for you for that right now. I'll probably grab one here in a second for those that are interested. But let's see. Frank White says, I find some streams to invite people in tend to become annoying, in my honest or humble opinion. They can. It depends. And Bob Steenfott has said this best. Anything over 4 tends to get crazy because even when everybody's trying to let everyone else talk, a lot of times it's just a whole lot of nothing that actually gets through. Anthony wishes he had my energy. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad I'm coming across as highly energetic. That's what I strive for. Recon says streaming through YouTube couldn't be easier. I know it's going to take me a second to get caught up because I was paused there. Priscilla's still having finger issues. She's not going to die, though, and feels better already. So glad to hear that. 44 Mad Guy wants to know if we can get mock beards for Ed's merch. That would be great. Let me get caught up here. There's where I dropped the link. Still way behind.
I actually didn't have live comments for about 5 minutes there. I just got them all. It's kind of strange on this side. They turn off and on all the time.
Okay, I'm trying to get back up there. It all bounced down to the bottom on me. I knew it was going to.
Bob's here. Hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob. How are you? I don't know which Bob I'm saying hello to, but you're most definitely welcome here, whichever Bob you may be.
And I just lost my good buddy Bob Kaler.
Oh, yeah.
And I may have made him sick, and I hope I didn't. Yesterday, I took him to my favorite Mexican restaurant, and he said today he's feeling ill. It's like, oh, my gosh.
And then River Life has a good point I'm finding here. Sorry, guys, I got lost in the mix of comments. But River Life says, at Fishroom Fever, hashtag MAB on this video, and Ed may win the Mega Box. Yeah, we'll have to do that. Ed, remind me after the stream to do that, or potentially tomorrow if we get too far off into the second stream. All right,
I've won it a few times. Here.
If I miss anything super important, by the time I get to the bottom, please ask again. Trying to catch back up. So if it's not directed at me or I don't catch it, my apologies.
I may not win it after I said that Gary Jones's partner quit on him. I mean,
Daniken says 60 tanks in my house, and what floods the clothes washer backed up line. Oh yeah, that's horrible. I used to do appliance delivery. I've seen that happen a time or two before, and that is not fun. And Jess was saying now it's nano tanks, freshwater, and saltwater. She thinks for the My Aquarium box. People needing the link from me. I'm assuming it's the Katapa Leaf link. When we switch over to the next stream, I will make a link real quick and get it for you. I'd have to find it again. I actually had one made, and I don't remember where I placed it. Frank White says, thanks to you guys, my channel will follow a whole new niche, and I like it. Thanks again. Hey, Frank, you are more than welcome. We're here to help everybody, whether or not you're specifically into fish or what you're doing. You're part of the community. We want to help you out.
This is last month's aquarium box. I mean,
yeah, those are awesome. Yeah, I love seeing those because I've not really gotten deep into the botanicals, and that's what I want to get to.
Oh my gosh, that's the one thing I really love. They also have a box that you can buy for $20 that gives you a sample of all this stuff. But I mean, check this out. I mean, I've got 5 of them.
That's
in
so
last
cool.
month's box.
Priscilla dropping the knowledge. Priscilla MK Art says, if you get leaves, please put them in boiling hot water for a couple minutes before using. They sometimes can cause flatworms if not sanitized. Thank you for the warning and information. Bob Keller's Aquatics was asking if those are your nipple warmers, Ed.
No, they need to be a little bigger.
Okay, there you go.
You want to boil
Aquatics, hello and welcome. Yes, I love looking at the botanicals that come out of those boxes. I've watched a lot of those openings between you and I've seen Rax and Pec Tech. And it's always neat looking at the botanicals coming out. Yeah, they do definitely break down after a while.
It definitely boils.
And Brad says not remembering where you put things gets worse with age. Yeah, especially when, like, case in point, editing and making thumbnails and having to create 20 different photos to get one thumbnail made, plus all the videos. It's like I have all these folders, and somewhere I have a set of links that I've been making, and I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere in 600 gigabytes of stuff. Sharpie's Models and Aquatics says they do remind me of some kind of medieval fertility rite accoutrements. Bob is agreeing absolutely. But yeah, I will find the link for those leaves. But like Priscilla said, make sure you boil the stuff. You're always safest to boil stuff. And I'll be honest, there's some things that I've not boiled, but things that have a higher risk of bringing in contamination or critters, you definitely want to go ahead and boil that stuff. And Chappie's computer is up and running again. All right. Let's see. Up there went all that energy. It's gone. Sorry, folks. Let's see. Oh, yep. They definitely killed that Own It tab. I don't know how long it's been gone, but it's definitely gone. All right, and I am all the way at the bottom of the chat, so if anybody had anything that I did not catch on the first go through, feel free to throw it in there now, and I will see it. There's a piece of fuzz floating right there.
Recon asked what size tank this is. It's a 200. It's a 200 tall.
Don't boil rocks. Yeah, no, I love that tank behind you. I love the depth of it, the dimensions of it, if you will. Yeah, I am.
In St. Louis, it was beautiful. It was my Discus Angel tank. I had it in the wall for about 8 years, and it was crazy cool. I got so many people into fish. Just when they would come to my house, they'd be like, "Oh, I got to get a tank."
Well, and honestly, I'm trying to get the 220 gallons set up before the February meet and greet. If I can do that, then the piranha will go from the 125 to the 220. The Beischer and catfish will go in there. I want to thin the angels out a little bit, and I'd like to do angels and discus planted in here. I think that would be a really nice setup, and I think it would be a good backdrop for the live streams. But that's just, one of the hopes and goals and aspirations. But I need to talk to Aquatic Marine because, like they mentioned on that other stream, they also set up and move tanks, and my 220 is in storage down the road. So I need to get with Kenny and see what Sorry, Scott's Aquatic says, James, if you remember what you named the file, you can do a search. I don't. I appreciate that, Scott, but I have no clue what I named it. I thought I just named it like Amazon links, and I didn't. But I could probably do that real quick if Ed wants to take over conversing with you all. I just didn't want to leave him hanging and leave dead air time.
Sure. Oh my gosh, what happened? Okay. Sorry, the cat got out of my lap and now I just lost my chat. Well, I can just talk. Oh, wait, don't go up there. Cat jumps up here and everything goes crazy. We were talking about things that we're gonna be doing in the next couple months. I'm also gonna be going with now another cat just jumped up. They're getting crazy because it's night. I'm going to be going with Bob to see Susan in Birmingham at her club. And I would ask Bob when the date is. I think it's March 15th or 16th or something like that. But I don't have chat, so I can't see it.
Oh,
but I'm looking forward to seeing her, and that'll be really cool to meet her and see everybody else there. They have a pet store there called Ed's Critters, and I definitely want a photo in front of that pet store. Oh, I got some comments.
You got the chat. Okay. I didn't want to leave you hanging.
Okay. Oh, it's in February. Thanks, Bob. Actually, Griff will probably... Oh, no, actually, Bob is the first to get stickers because I gave him a couple yesterday, I think.
There you go.
And then I'm going to be sending a package to the Griffins tomorrow, so I'm going to put a couple stickers there. But I promise Priscilla I'll throw some stickers in whenever we get this shirt figured out. Hopefully we get it figured out tonight, and then I can get them ordered and mailed out to you. Or when your your art comes in too. You can throw some in then. Chappie and Bob are talking about vaping. I vaped one time. Everybody at my work knew I never smoked cigarettes or cigars or anything. And this one girl she handed me her vape thing, and it was huge. And she said it's going to taste like bubble gum and it'll be great. And so I did it, and it burned my throat so bad. I don't know how vapor people vape. I don't understand it. But it killed me. So I'll never do that again. And then I was also at a Chiefs game, and the girl I took kept vaping during the Chiefs game, and everybody was mad at me about it. So another reason why I don't want to vape.
All right, here's the Indian almond leaves or Katapa leaves link. I guess I have to do my legal disclaimer. If you click on this link, as Michael's Fish Room would say, I make millions of dollars, so feel free to click on that.
Oh, we were asked if we ever do events in Nashville or Memphis.
I would.
And unfortunately, my chat just went out, so I didn't catch who'd asked that or anything else in the chat. But I definitely would be up for it. I know that Bob and I would love to have just a sit down so we can all just sit and talk and hang out. And, and we'll check out a local fish store. Maybe we could do that in Nashville, because, Nashville has a whole mess of great barbecue places and things like that. And then, and I know, I'm sure we could get Ginger Graves to come to that. And they'd be a lot closer to the Griffs, so hopefully they would come down. Rack was saying that he'd like to do another event sometime in the spring in Chattanooga for the aquarium.
Oh, it's not letting me post links in my own chat. This is wonderful.
Oh. But the Tennessee Aquarium, I don't know. I have no way of seeing chat right now. If you guys have ever been there, it is an amazing fish or aquarium. I've been to all over the United States, The Georgia one is amazing. You know, it's got the giant tanks, but really, the Tennessee Aquarium might have more tanks, and they have two separate buildings. It's so beautiful. And you take an escalator all the way to the top, and it just kind of winds down, so it's real easy on your body going all the way down. But one of the buildings is all freshwater, and one's all saltwater. They really did our aquarium right. And I get the membership every year just because I love it so much. And I've got live chat again. And let's see. Bob's probably been to our aquarium. Have you been to our aquarium? Oh, I lost chat before
I don't know what's going on with YouTube at the moment, but it literally will not let me post a link in my own YouTube chat. I have to post it in the StreamYard chat. When I post it in the YouTube chat, it's telling me I don't have permission to post it, which is funny. Let's see. Let me bring the chat back up now that I.
Oh, yes. Blackie, I got my stuff back. Blackie, oh, now it's gone. Blackie was talking about the Christmas tree eel, and we do. We have the eel that lights things up, and I think that's pretty awesome that they hooked a Christmas tree up.
Danican, have a great night. Jess, have a good night.
Yes.
There might have been one other person. Hello, FNS Fish Room. Welcome. Glad to have you on the show. Okay, I think I got there was just two people leaving. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. For 50, no, for 15, 1-5. Dear Lord, I'm not spending $50 on 100 leaves. You think I got money like that? You know how many tanks I have?
Hopefully they'd be attached to a tree.
Yeah, they better be attached to a tree.
Oh, whoops, where'd he go? Brad asked, is it a club in Birmingham, Alabama that you're going to? Yes, it is, I believe. It's Susan's club, I think. They get the local library. I don't know if they meet regularly. I think it's kind of once a year. I just lost my stuff. Once a year or once every 6 months type deal.
Yeah, I don't know what YouTube's doing. It's not happy at the moment. I will say that. Cichlid Aquarium Keeper is back. Just done all my water changes on all my tanks and found some baby guppies. Congratulations on the baby guppies. I know why it's doing that. I know why mine is screwing up anyways. It's from where I tried to go on the other account in Studio on a different tab to get the link for that other account. And so even though it's telling me I'm Fish Room Fever when I'm posting in this chat, it's thinking that I'm my other account and I'm not modded on there, so it won't let me.
Well, so I've got this thing just like I always do, and it'll go out once in a while. But it's been out almost half the night.
Yeah, sometimes YouTube is interesting, but I can't complain. They're letting us do what we do for free, right? So, that's always appreciated. I have my chat back almost. It's thinking about it.
I probably jump every time the little light pops saying I've got messages.
Go to our phones and open the streams. Yeah, we could do that. I just don't like I try not to stare at my phone when I'm on the stream. I think I've got it fixed now. Like I said, the problem for mine was when I was trying to bring up the other channel and I logged out in a different tab. It made it where I couldn't, even though it says I'm Fish Room Fever in here, it was not accepting me as Fish Room Fever.
You know what? Are the Griffs still here? I could let them pick which tank they want their guppy grass from, and maybe they'll get a free fry or two. I've got my Nimbus Steel, my blue tail or Japanese blue tails, my albino platinum albinos, and I've got my Moscow blues. Those are my fancy ones. And then I've got just fun stuff too.
Zen says Chappie offered to fly up and help. Come on, Chappie.
Yeah, that'd be cool, chap.
You're gonna have to sleep on the couch, but you're more than welcome. We can set you up in one of the fish rooms on an inflatable mattress or something.
Chappie, did you get that new job that you were applying for? I hope so.
Don G, I hope you have a wonderful night. Get some rest, my friend, and we will see you on the next go round.
Yeah, night, Don. Thanks for showing up.
All right, so we are coming into the last 15 minutes of this stream. So before Chappie says I have to take a drug test. Yeah, no, Zen, I know. I just was going off what you said with the fly up in the parentheses. Well, I was going to pull some other people's channels up real quick so that we could try and help some people out. But as most of you heard in the previous stream, you know who I don't want to say need to go visit, but you know who could use our support. Chris, Multi-Tank Addiction, he's getting really close on subscribers. So if somehow you made it here without being in Chris's stream prior to this, first off, I appreciate you being here. Second off, if you enjoyed this, I think you would enjoy Chris at Multi-Tank Addiction. See if I can get his page pulled up. Zen will probably already have the link before I get there. He's at 935 subscribers, so he's not got too far to go. By the time I hit screen share, this is just not going to want to cooperate. There we kind of sort of go. Come on.
Oh, wow, that was nice.
There we go. It's just not wanting to cooperate tonight. So any of you that don't know Chris at Multi-Tank Addiction, I would encourage you to go check him out. Also, this. And Ed, feel free to talk about anything you would like to talk about for the wrap-up while I'm pulling people's channels.
Okay, well, right now I'm trying to keep my cat from getting on top of my keyboard. He's like, I've taught my cat how to wink. I did that when he was really young, and it's awesome because he'll just wink one eye, and it's pretty cool. Because he scared some people that are like, I used to have big union parties at my house, like a barbecue once a year, and there was this one girl that was terrified of cats, and he winked at her, and she just had a heart attack. But he keeps turning like this on my on my keyboard, like behind, or the laptop monitor, and winking at me. It's really funny. It's really distracting too.
Right. Okay.
And normally I would wink at him back, but I'm trying not to.
We do have Melvin from Storm Riders Aquatics. He's not here with us right now, but he is also very close. He's at 964 subscribers. He's a really good guy, very supportive to the community. So I would encourage you all to check him out, see if you like what you see, and subscribe if you do. And drop this down here. I've completely lost who the third person that was mentioned on the previous stream was. It was almost to 1,000. Oh goodness, I'm gonna feel like a jerk when I do remember who it was. But we wouldn't have the Nocturnal feeding show without, hey, you've got my lucky numbers lined up there, buddy. Chattanooga Ed, who is currently at 222 subscribers. So if you don't have Chattanooga Ed already, no, Scott, I don't have it set up for 18 and over. If you don't have Chattanooga Ed already, go check him out, because we are going to be shifting the Nocturnal feeding show over to his channel probably within the next month or so. So go ahead and get over there now, subscribe, hit that bell. That way you will know when things pop up on his channel.
And we'll be rotating. It won't be there all the time.
Multi-screens. I'm sure I look crazy doing this number, looking at all the screens. Cichlids Aquarium Keeper says I will be making, oh, it just jumped on me, some videos for my channel soon. Awesome. Let us know when you get some out there. I'll be happy to check them out. Um, yeah, okay. Here we go. No, answered that one. I'm dying for Ed to get his guppies at breeding and in mass quantity because he's got a couple of really nice ones. Somebody said I don't remember who it was. I know it was a lady. Yeah, I can't think of who it was, and it's driving me nuts. And as soon as I remember it, I'm gonna feel really bad because I know it's somebody that I watch. But I cannot for the life of me at this point remember who it was. It's almost there.
This is Nico.
That cat is so cute. I love that cat.
He's a big goober.
Well, while we're doing that, another good friend of mine here. Good guy, fun guy. Definitely.
Yeah, with every purchase of a Fish Room Fever long sleeve gray shirt comes with a fur stow. Is that what these things are called? A stow?
I believe so. Oh, I put spaces in. That's why it's not showing up. That's why. Let me pull this up here. Come on. Hey, there we go. Check out this guy right here. You want to talk about a fun time? Go see Dr. Black 66. You never know what you're going to get.
Arr.
Yes, Zen Ginger dropping the link again for petzotics.com. Promo code FRF30 gets you 30% off your entire order. 8% of the profits will go to Project Piaba. And let me do this and that. And he's just so content right there. Just not a care in the world.
Chewy's talking about some light blue green guppies.
Ooh, I want those. Yes, send me some. I'll take some.
Yeah, they're in Hawaii. I wonder what type of tail they have. If they have a solid color or a mosaic or snake or cobra, or what the pattern is.
Yeah, and for the record, I just want to say, I encourage you all to check everybody out. I mean, there's not a channel in here that I would say is not worth taking a look at. I have some specific people that I'm showing to you all currently for one reason or another. That either are really close to a goal, really close to that 1,000 milestone, or have been really supportive of me. So I don't want anybody to feel slighted because I didn't throw you up here. I mean, yeah, I've thrown most of the people up at some point on a stream, that are in here, and we can talk more about that in the second stream. But there were a couple people that I specifically wanted to feature on here. Dr. Black, awesome guy. Really enjoyed talking to him, going to his streams. And he's one of those people that specifically, when I look at what he's doing, I don't know how he doesn't have more people on his channel. And those people that are, that close to that 1,000 milestone, let's get them there. Let's help grow them so that we can grow our community, because the more channels we get built up, the more people we're going to draw into the community. It's amazing how many people are out there, that are in the hobby, but don't even realize that we are here on YouTube as a family, ready and willing to help with their problems. And Bob did a half hour of twerking, used to go an hour nonstop. Yeah, Bob is a twerk machine at Kaler's Aquatics. I tell you what. Now, for those of you that do not know, Bob has met his 1,000 subscribers, but let me not do an infinite feed loop here. That would be bad. Bob needs some watch time. So let's get Bob his watch time. Zen, if you've got the link for his playlist, feel free to throw it up. If not, I'm headed that direction and I will grab it. But I would encourage anybody that's running a desktop right now or a laptop, some sort of computer, go ahead and go to Kaler's Aquatics, and then flip on the playlist. He's got a playlist here. You get it pulled up.
Yesterday, Bob and I went to, first we went to my local place, which is the Bazaar Pond place. And then we were eating, what's he doing? I took him to my favorite Mexican restaurant. And then I told him about this little pet store in the middle of nowhere. And we went out there, and they had a cockatoo there that had been rescued from a meth house. And it was really sad because it couldn't grow any feathers on its body. And so it had to keep like a little jacket on and stuff. Well, it just absolutely loved Bob so much. They wouldn't let Bob purchase him because they said it was the store mascot, but it was amazing how much that bird loved Bob. And maybe it would have liked me, but I'm kind of paranoid about giant birds that could poke my eye out. Because, I mean, its beak is big. But,
good night, Priscilla.
Yep, night. But, yeah, it's a good video that Bob did. Most of his videos are about his fish and stuff, but that's a pretty neat, sweet one that he did.
So yeah, if you go to that playlist that I was showing you up on the screen and let it play through. Let me pause his video. I was trying to make sure I wasn't running his video while I was doing that. There we go. Let it play through. He's actually got 92 videos. As you can see, I've run it several times, but just let it play through. You know, even if you're not watching it, if you are watching it, then be sure to give him, a thumbs up and comment and all that stuff. But let's help him get his watch time. So like case in point, I'll turn that on again now, and I'll let it run through this whole time we go into the second stream and when I go off to work, so that we can support Bob Kaler, because he supports the community. So the least we can do is return the favor for him.
Mr. Sin watched the video. He says Bob needs to go back to get that bird. I told Bob when we got into his truck, it's like, well, we could try to steal it. I could open the door and see if it'll stay on your shoulder. We probably get beat up by those two ladies.
So Chappie is asking, oh, there we go.
Oh, look, he's
we'll get you there, Bob.
If you guys see Nico smacking the bisher that's behind my head.
Oh, I see that now. Yeah. That is so funny. I'm going to get it. It.
Darn, I was hoping you guys would see that. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on. He's literally forcing my head.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, so, let me see if I can pull Aquatic Nest up real quick. That was the other one. Aquatic Nest. I know we're almost out of time on this one here. So let's see if we can't get there. It's not wanting to cooperate. There we go. Aquatic Nest is at 969 subscribers. So if we can help her out as well, she's so close to being there. But I do appreciate you all. Everybody that showed up, all the lurkers, especially my mod team. I appreciate you all putting in the work to make this possible. And everybody that just hung out, everybody that had questions. I thank you all for showing up again. We are going to switch over, and Sharpies is also grinding as well. And yeah, guys, when we get into the other stream here in just a minute, be happy to kind of open it up in free for all and see if we can do some other goals and things, and people that have brand new channels. I do have that stream set up. It is still on my page. So if you're interested and you still want to hang out, feel free to come over to the Late Night Lurk stream. Ginger has posted the link. If not, we appreciate you hanging out with us for the Nocturnal Feeding Show, but we are going to keep it to 2 hours as usual. Again, thank you to everyone, mods, lurkers, questions. And I will turn it over to you, Ed, to say goodnight to everybody.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun again, guys. Sorry that I didn't read half of your chat because it wasn't there. Since my cat's jumped on my back, it's been up there the whole time. But yeah, thank you guys again, and I guess we'll see you next week. Or in 5 minutes if you decide to stay.
Bye, everybody. And second button.